Hello and welcome to Community Distance Reiki. I'm DanielleStimpson of Learn Reiki Philadelphia, and I'm so glad that you are here today. If you are new here, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. And if this is your first time here and you're live, go ahead and click that live chat button. Share anything in the chat that you would like special attention sent to for our healing. We will spend the first, say, 30 to 40 minutes together building a beautiful crystal grid to support the healing based around all of your intentions and requests. If you are watching this on the replay, hello from the past, you're guaranteed to have just as fun and healing a time as if you were here live. If you would like to join me live, go ahead and check that description box below. You can see the days and times that I'm here every week, 5 days a week, and I do occasionally drop by with additional streams based around world events and astrological movement. So if you want to know about those, go ahead and subscribe and click the notification bell. You can also find information about me, my online Reiki classes, social media, Discord, crystal shop, and everything else in the description. So let's go ahead, drop into the chat, and get to putting that crystal grid together. So excited to see you all. Oh, hello and welcome everybody. Welcome Grace, welcome Violet Integration. Good to see you both. Also, we will, for the first 35 to 40 minutes, we will build this crystal grid. After that, I'll briefly transition into an explanation of what Reiki is and what to expect. And then for 25 minutes, I will turn the music up and the lights down and send Reiki to you whenever and wherever you happen to be. If you'd like to skip ahead to that healing, just go ahead and skip ahead until you see the lights begin to change. Sit back, relax, and absorb the good vibes. So thank you so much for being here, everyone. Let's go ahead and dive into the grid. Awesome. I've got some copper out for us. Good to see you both. So good to see you both. So let's go ahead and intention is for a great week, happiness, peace, crystal request, chrysoprase. Absolutely. Good to see you, Jeanette. Awesome. Gotcha. Okay, so chrysoprase will definitely bring out. So the copper we have out is to help support and ground the grid. Copper helps to get the energy moving. It breaks up blockages. It gives us a good foundation of optimal flow. We've got chrysoprase by request, and this is a stone that helps us to overcome disappointment and helps us to avoid burnout. It allows us to see the end goal that we have and to kind of take a moment and get some perspective on how much we've accomplished versus how much we have left to go. Sometimes when we're working towards a major goal, we can almost seem lost, like we're never going to get to the end. This is a stone that reminds us that we're already partway there. Take some time. It's okay if we feel a little bit slower than normal, or if we're a little bit disappointed in something and we need to maybe pivot a little, take a slightly fresh start and perspective on things. This is a stone that can help you do that. So it's great for keeping us on task. It's great for completing goals, picking up pieces after things kind of come apart, and just keeping ourselves on track for our end goals. So yeah, so there we go. And we've got happiness and peace. I like that. We will get to that. Clarity and help, trusting yourself in the universe, financial times. Random user. I am calling you out, Danielle. I didn't mean to call you out. We're all there. We've found through doing community distance Reiki that the more of us come together and share what's going on and make requests, the more we find we have a lot in common. There's so much overlap. So many of the themes kind of coincide with one another. So yeah, you're absolutely welcome here. You'll find some other folks that are kind of healing along the same wavelengths. It happens all the time. So you're in good company no matter what's going on. And welcome in. So let's see. Clarity, trusting yourself in the universe. let's see. So many good ones. I'm trying to find the perfect one. Maybe I will just start with, yeah, let's just start with some citrine. Let's go with some citrine and some Herkimer Diamond. Citrine is very helpful for manifesting financial success and opportunities to earn money. The classic stone of manifestation, of looking for financial support. So let's go ahead and bring some of this out to help you with that. I'll just go ahead and plop these right in the copper. You're looking for the citrine you got for me? Let me know if you need me to send you another. Happy just to drop it off next time I go to the post office. No biggie. Here we go. Okay. And I'm also going to bring in some Herkimer Diamond. We often use this, and I'll use it today also in support of Greg, who is looking for support in finding his literary agent for his book, but also goes very much in alignment with what Jeanette at Violet Integration is requesting. Herkimer helps us to connect to what we seek, connecting to divinity, feeling and also acknowledging our natural connection to spirit. It helps with manifesting, especially if we're asking the universe to provide us with something that's in alignment with our highest good. This is a great way to bring that about. It's also great for kind of balancing out imbalances between people and discordant energies. It can help to harmonize things. So yeah, this can also help us to be in the present moment and to relax a bit. So let's go ahead and bring this out. See what else can be helpful here. Definitely had one for happiness and peace. Let's bring in some honey calcite for the happiness and peace that Grace requested. Honey calcite, I feel like all day I've been feeling like this was going to come out in Community Distance Reiki today. This helps us to just hold optimism no matter what the circumstances, but especially when things are a little bumpy or a little unstable or even just straight up challenging. This is also something that can help us attract good colleagues, friends, coworkers, anyone that we're looking to bring into our lives, helping to bring folks to us that have an alignment and an affinity with what's important to us, kind of like a heart-to-heart connection with folks. So let's go ahead and bring this in. I feel like that can be super helpful. Yeah, I love honey calcite so much also. It's also really great for postmenopausal women if anyone is struggling with that. Yeah, it's really just lovely. Let's see what else we can add here. Let's go ahead and add in some jade. Jade can come in a number of different actual colors. Jadeite is generally the most sought after. It's like the bright green that we normally think of. But jade can come in many different varieties, especially of green. And this is one of the darker greens that I happen to really, really love. This is a classic stone of prosperity, good fortune, good luck, blessings of all kinds, harmony in relationships. Yeah, there's a reason it's sacred in China, and, and it's because it really is a stone worthy of being held sacred. But yeah, to bring in the good intentions, good opportunities, good fortune, I feel like that helps a couple of the requests from today. It also, I feel like, grounds this grid really perfectly. So yeah, if you have any other requests, go ahead and let that come on in. I know also there have been some themes this week I've noticed in the clients I've worked with for Reiki, whether it's distance or in person, and for folks that I've done readings for. There's been a big theme on kind of the Seven of Coins type energy, which actually came out in the tarot readings I did for all 12 signs earlier this month. Seven of Coins is a lot to do with kind of taking stock, taking inventory in our lives and seeing what needs to shift so that things can flow a little bit better. And that can show up a lot of different ways. And I feel like one that can help us to have some good discernment there. One is Citrine. It helps us to discern what is intellect and what is intuition, which can be a really good one to start with. But another one for that is Tiger's Eye. Tiger's Eye is excellent for discernment. So let's go ahead and bring that in. Discernment, guidance, and protection. There's a lot of wisdom in this stone. So if you're looking to try to make sense of a lot of moving parts, this stone as well as labradorite can be really, really helpful. So I'm actually going to bring both in. Mostly folks have been asking for a lot of things lately that labradorite is excellent for, so I'm not surprised that I feel like it should be here. But yeah, this can really help us. This is also considered like a study stone or a detective stone if you're looking to find the patterns in things, if you're looking to find the needle in the haystack. Tiger Eye is excellent, as is labradorite. So let's go ahead and bring in some Tiger Eye. And rose quartz, yeah, absolutely. And leopardskin jasper and moss agate. I do have both. So let me bring in some labradorite. Like I said, this one also helps to get some calm and some sleep, deeply calming. This can also help to calm disputes, and because we have Mars in Gemini, along with the Mercury Retrograde, along with like a lot of Pisces energy, because we're coming off the Pisces full moon, emotions are high. People are a little bit more inclined to have ruffled feathers and be quick to anger. So something like labradorite, where it can help to kind of chill that out a bit, can be really helpful. It's also great for clairvoyance and detailed attention in finding errors, patterns. This is like the data science stone for sure. So for the same reasons I called in Tiger Eye, I'm going to call in some labradorite. There we go. So we have leopardskin jasper, moss agate, and rose quartz. Rose quartz is the stone that we normally think of as being the heart stone, and with good reason. It pretty much is. I've got tons of it here, and for good reason. It really is an intense stone of an abundance of unconditional love energy. It helps us to transcend judgment, and it helps us to really just, into our heart center, absorb energy in a way that is just unabated, pure, high vibrational love. The center stone, this center stone is Jade. It's actually a darker shade of Jade. Hey, heart. And I can bring in some blue calcite if you like. But no, this is this center stone is Jade. Hang on. I'm Captain Dropsy today. I also have some additional rose quartz because I just feel like the 2 isn't quite enough. I'm just going to bring in a little bit more. Always a good bet to work with rose quartz. Okay. Leopardskin Jasper is one of the stones that I rely on quite a bit when I'm doing any work with animals. Whether you're working with connecting with your animal guides, or if you are working on supporting any animal through the healing process, this can be an incredible stone. It's also wonderful for anything having to do with the skin, like parasites and things like that even. So yeah, it's an incredible stone of healing on so many levels. So I'll go ahead and put some Leopardskin Jasper here and here. Eating for stress and breaking old patterns. Absolutely. Oh, thank you, Blue Rose. Yeah, it's a different grid every time. Let's see. Okay, so Leopardskin Jasper. It's also wonderful for things like coordination and balance. So to some degree, sometimes vertigo, it can be helpful for that. Moss agate, I usually use for any kind of infection. It's like the go-to for any kind of infection, but I may even just peek in the book and see what other people use it for. But yeah, all over body health and anything that's moving through the body, like a virus or even, at times a fever, things like that. Great for physical healing, but I'm going to take a peek and see what other folks feel. Let's see. Moss agate can come in a variety of different shades and colors. And if you look at it, it's usually like kind of a white and green, and you'll see it does kind of look like moss in a sense. We're probably going to put some more of it out there, but I feel like I want to call in a little bit of wisdom from outside of my own head. See, maybe it's under agate. I'm looking this up in the Complete Crystal Handbook by Cassandra Eason, which is one that I've been working with for a little bit now. Let's see how she uses it differently than I do. She uses it very similarly. Viruses boost the immune system. She also uses this for skin infections and heartbeat irregularities and anti-inflammatory. For the emotional side, it's releasing old fears and creating new purpose for life. Reconnecting with the world after a period of withdrawal. I think we could all use a little bit of that in this year of late 2022. So yeah, again, Cassandra Eason. I love peeking into other people's uses and ideas along with my own, so I don't get too sedentary in the way that I look at things. Let's see. So yeah, old patterns for sure. We used it the other day and I feel like I want to bring it back. I've been hanging out with it this week and I feel like the energy is kind of perfect for right now. And for breaking kind of bad habits and old cycles and things like that is Peridot, of which we only have tiny little pieces, but they're really nice pieces. This is also a stone of just high vibrational, loving, supportive energy. It's just absolutely non-judgmental. So when we're going to unpack those old habits and patterns and those things that we just do because we've always done them, things that we've inherited from parents or from difficult times in our lives, those maladaptive cycles, or just things that, you know, we can handle better now. This helps us to look at those patterns, no judgments, and just like warm our heart and remind us that we deserve a little bit better, and helps us to accept and integrate that change. Oh, thank you. I had somebody said that my voice was relaxing during the tarot videos. Thank you for that. Let's see, where shall we put our friend Peridot? Let's put it alongside the rose quartz. I know it will work. Since these are kind of flat. There we go. So I hope that's helpful. Let's also do stress eating too. Yeah, I think I've got some good ones for that. Let's start with some Moonstone. This helps with old patterns as well, but in a very supportive, cyclical kind of way. Like rather than being stuck in our own internal patterns, it helps us to kind of recalibrate based on natural patterns and rhythms rather than the maladaptive patterns within ourselves. So yeah, I find it helpful. Just like when I'm really stressed out and I go to nature and I feel better, this is a stone that has that similar kind of quality. It's very much like it, you know, the name would suggest, connected with the moon, and the lunar cycles control things like the tides, and there's a certain cyclical nature to how the moon operates with the full moons and the new moons. So it helps to remind us of the natural rhythms so that we can feel a little bit more grounded by them. Anxious tics, yeah. I just added Moonstone. Moonstone. Yeah. Yeah. So anxiety, nervous tics, things like that. Definitely the next two. So black obsidian helps with grounding a lot of nervous energy. It also helps with nervous pets too, but it's highly protective. Any kind of physical shock, any kind of trauma, and just any type of nervous energy that starts to settle in the body and have impact on the body. Tourmalinated quartz and black obsidian are two of my favorites to go to for that. Oh yeah, absolutely a good one for Mercury Retrograde too. So this is black obsidian. It can also help when we've got digestive upset, especially if that digestive upset is coming from stress. So yeah, so black obsidian can be helpful there. So we'll put one here and one here. And tourmalinated quartz. Tourmalinated quartz is one that helps us to take nervous energy and ground it rather than channeling it out through like body movements, tics, and repeated things. Like whether it's things like hair pulling and stuff like that, or even like with myself with nail biting. That's something I definitely do when I'm stressed. This is one that can help to kind of ground and move that energy out in a better way. It also helps with fortune and luck and things like that. Healing emotional traumas and anything having to do with patterns from childhood, breaking those up. Also the heart, anything having to do with the heart or scars or lesions, breaking up scar tissue in the body. It does a lot of different things. Black tourmaline helps to repel negative energy, and so when there's these rods of it going through clear quartz, it's basically bringing the clearing energy through us that we need and brings it exactly where it needs to go. So for body, mind, and spirit. So let's go ahead and balance the black obsidian with that. Okay, great. And rose quartz, we got something for Mercury Retrograde, absolutely. So Mercury Retrograde is a time when, and I know everybody gets like really scared and fear-mongered about it. It's difficult and challenging for us, especially in the modern time, because Mercury is the planet of communication. So when it's going seemingly backwards in the sky, what's happening is rather than expressing outward, it's a good time to reflect inward and listen to our own subtle senses, allowing our gut to kind of speak to us, hearing our inner wisdom, listening to ourselves, like I mentioned earlier, with that kind of Seven of Coins quality that I've been feeling for this whole month. That idea of going within and really taking stock and seeing where we're putting our energy, our efforts, whether it's work, career, home, all the above, all of them together, all of them separately, what have you. Seeing if what we're putting out is bringing back to us what we feel good about. And if not, making those adjustments. It's a good time to do that kind of internal reflection. So that's why communicating outwardly can become so difficult, is because we're really all primed to hear ourselves. And that means other people are hearing themselves and we're really hearing ourselves. So there's that. Two great stones for working with that. One is blue tiger eye, and another is sodalite, but also blue lace agate too. Any of those are good. Blue tiger eye is all about, first of all, calming stress, bringing a lot of ease, but it's also about bold communication, speaking our truth. It's about getting the truth out, protecting truth tellers, including that part of us that's trying to tell us the truth, public speaking and writing. It's all like strong communication, like a strong, clear, concise communication. So it's a great stone to work with during the Mercury retrograde. This is a little difficult to kind of see in the camera, but it's basically very much like tiger eye, like we see here, except it is so much darker. It's got blue within it. This sometimes is called hawk eye, and it's blue tiger eye. And we'll go ahead and we'll bring in some sodalite, or you know what, I'm going to bring in some blue lace agate. I'm going to bring in some blue lace agate instead, because I feel like the energy is a little bit more calm and chill. It helps to balance the blue tiger eye. Blue lace agate is also really loving. This is one that also works well for arthritis and, you know, healing fractures and things. A lot of folks use it for that. But this makes it easier to discuss difficult emotions and difficult topics. So it's one that can help. It also helps with things like anything having to do with the throat or the throat chakra. So physical discomfort in the throat, or just discomfort with actually saying what you feel. Also for things like tension headache, it's really helpful for. But yeah, expressing difficult emotions. And I find that the lightness and the healing of blue lace agate, along with blue tiger eye, which is very grounded, earthy, and I'm going to share from truth, they make a good balance. So I'm going to bring both in. Go. So that's blue lace agate. Awesome. Oh, I love it so much. Okay, so let's see. I think it's a good time to dive on in and explain a little of what Reiki is, and then get right into the healing. But before we do that, I always like to pick a couple of stones that I think would be a good support to all of the requests that you've made, and then you all vote on them while I quickly explain what Reiki is, and then we go into the healing. So give me a moment. I'm going to pick a couple of stones to support you all, and chat amongst yourselves. And just know that when we vote, you're not limited to just one vote. You can vote as many times as you want. here's what I got. From what I can see in the requests, like sometimes when we're moving through some of this energy that's showing up in our bodies, like our emotions are coming up in our bodies and they're showing up as like stress-related tics or patterns that aren't super helpful. Sometimes these things that are difficult to express can get stuck and turn into either anger or resentment. These are not bad emotions. There's no bad emotions, but these can be deeply uncomfortable and hard to kind of make sense of. So one of the stones that's most helpful for moving through anger and resentment and bringing in a sense of forgiveness, not in the sense of I forgive whatever may have happened because I'm letting everyone off the hook and allowing them to, allowing myself to be a doormat. Quite the opposite. I'm forgiving this so I can set myself free. More like that old adage of sometimes anger is more like drinking poison and expecting the other one to die. Sometimes anger can be more toxic for us and the person or situation we feel about it. And that lack of resolution can be really unsettling and painful. So for that, we have white howlite. White howlite is a great stone for all of the things I just mentioned. Anger, resentment, any kind of feeling of like that burning animosity. We're trying to wait for justice to be done, allowing us to process that and move that through in a way that doesn't require action on the part of anyone else. So white howlite is one. The other is flower blossom agate, sometimes called cherry blossom agate. Basically, this stone, it does kind of look like cherry blossoms. It looks like flowers blossoming inside of the stone. And the energy of this stone is that of watching ourself bloom anew. It's great for new starts. It's great for blossoming into the next version of ourselves, acknowledging how far we've come, all of the progress we've made, and turning that into something beautiful like a brand new blossom and bloom. This particular stone, not only is it carved into a point, but it's got what's known as a vug, a V-U-G. So that little hole that you see right there that looks like a little crater, that at one time was biological matter, whether it was like plant matter or like something decaying. The stone actually formed around it. And then over time, as situations changed and different things got exposed to the elements, whatever was right there gradually biodegraded, decomposed, and is no longer there. So it leaves this hole in which new crystals begin to form. So you actually can see like the start, it's hard to see in this camera, but there's actually new crystals forming in that hole. It's sort of like whatever was there that was no longer serving me, it went on its way and it left a space, and now I'm filling that space with brand new growth. So I love that kind of thing. So go ahead and vote on whether you'd like to see flower blossom agate or cherry blossom agate, however you want to type it, or howlite. And remember, you don't have to vote just once. You can vote as many times as you like. Go ahead and vote on that in the chat. If you would like to like the stream while you're doing that, I'd super appreciate it, but that's totally up to you. The most important thing you can do to help here is to show up and hang out. So thank you for being here. So as I mentioned at the top of the hour, my name is DanielleStimpson, and I'm the owner of Learn Reiki Philadelphia. If you'd like to learn more about my online Reiki classes, Discord, social media, crystal shop, all that good stuff, it's linked in the description below. The style of Reiki that I work with is known as Usui Reiki, and it's named after this method's founder, and he created this particular style in the early 1920s in Japan. Though this method was based on ancient practices of working with this energy that we do see in many different cultures, but this specific version coming from the Japanese culture has some really unique foundations to it, particularly the indigenous faith of Japan known as Shintoism. in which everything has a soul. Everything, everywhere. Me, you, the trees, the plants, the earth, the animals, and the stuff all around us. Everything has soul energy, and everything is interconnected. The way that we overlap when we do something, there's always an equal and opposite reaction, and they acknowledge in Shintoism that equal and opposite reaction does impact and ripple out into the world and everything around us. So in that sort of concept, we're all overlapping to a point. With Reiki energy, Reiki translating roughly to spiritually guided life energy, essentially this is one of those energies that connects and unites all of us in the world. So again, you, me, animals, plants, and things. This particular energy is already a part of you, a part of me, a part of everything around you. Our body, mind, and spirit work with this energy all the time. It's used to it. This is the energy that our body, mind, and spirit use to create a sense of balance within us. And the more of it, the better. Essentially, what I'll be doing today is connecting to this energy and directing even more of it to you. And your inner knowingness will best apply it to support your greatest good. Setting any intentions that you have for healing also helps empower it. You can, even if you're not here live, even if you think of something halfway through the session, bring it to mind and simply let it go to the universe, and it'll be addressed in the session. You may feel sensations in your physical body, in your emotions. You may feel those coming up in our spiritual side, in our intuitive side. However the energy shows up to you, I encourage you to just kind of notice and pay attention. If you start getting thoughts, ideas, and stuff, you don't have to keep your mind silent. A lot of times that can be our sort of inner voice and our subconscious trying to speak to us. And sometimes it can be intuition and our higher self or our spirit guides speaking to us. If you're not sure what it is, if it's either of those or just sort of mind ramblings, no worries. Just take a deep breath in and out and just see how it plays out. If you aren't sure if you're falling asleep or if you're half awake, that's fine too. You can absolutely sleep through your session. Sleep is deeply grounding and earthy and so super necessary. So it's cool if you fall asleep. You don't have to focus on anything. You don't have to do a thing. Just get as physically comfortable as you can. Curl up, lay down, sit up, cover your eyes, whatever feels right. And you can also integrate this time with something else that feels meaningful if you'd like. Whether that's a couple of yoga stretches, some journaling, or some art. If you want to do that, totally up to you. But I suggest that you just go ahead and enjoy and see what shows up for you. At the end of the 25-minute session, you'll hear my voice come back in, and I'll invite you to take a deep breath. I'll invite you back into the chat. I'll reopen the chat so you can share any experiences that you feel moved to share or ask any questions. If you think of any questions after the stream, or if you're watching this in the future, you can go ahead and use the comments or reach out to me in the social media that's linked below. And just as this energy flows through all of us everywhere, no matter where we happen to be, it doesn't matter where you are spatially in relationship to me. You can be halfway across the world or right next door. The session is going to meet you the same way. And just that same way, it doesn't matter where you are in time. You can be way into the future, hello from the past, and the energy will meet you whenever it is you're watching this video. So you can enjoy no matter when, and you can always re-enjoy this session anytime you want. During the session, I will turn the music up. To learn more about our music creator, check out her information in the description below, and I will turn the lights down. The lights will move gently and slowly through several different colors, but at no point will they flash or strobe. Thank you so much for being here. It is an honor and a privilege to be able to send Reiki to all of you. And without any further ado, let's dive back into the chat and see what else we're adding to today's grid. Both, yeah, it's both. It usually is both. So let's go ahead and bring our flower agate right here to the center, and we'll bring our howlite. Let's see. I think that can work. Fantastic. Good job, everyone. One of the things at play at Community Distance Reiki is that of communal chi. It's an ancient Chinese concept that the more people come together with the same or similar intention, the greater the energy available to that is expanded upon, and exponentially so. So all of you being here, whether you're hanging out and just sort of chilling in the background or contributing in the chat, whatever it might be, just simply being here and focusing on your own energy and intention, it actually does kind of empower the grid for everyone. So it very much is a village healing. Also, during the session, all of our individual energies will remain separate and protected. And thank you again so much for being here. So thank you for helping build this beautiful grid, and have a beautiful session. I'll come back and scoop you up in 25 minutes. And until then, enjoy your session. I invite you now to take a deep breath in and out. Slowly start to come back to your body. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Thank you so much for being here with me today. It's an honor and a pleasure to share this healing with all of you. If you have any questions or anything to share, go ahead and head over to the chat and let me know. You went to a weird place? Yeah, sometimes that happens. You're so welcome. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Fiat Luna. You do? Great. Yeah, this is a beautiful grid. Thank you everyone who took part in creating it. Group effort. They just keep getting better and better, everyone. Yeah, the sessions I've been able to do for people this week have been very intense. There's definitely something in the universe right now. Oh, you're welcome so much. And Fiat Luna and Violet Integration, I connected you both through email. I hope you both got it. You're so welcome. And I'm well on my way to fostering for pause. Had a phone interview today, so with any luck I'll have some kittens here soon. Oh, that's really sweet, Heart. Yeah, this is an ever-growing and ever-beautiful group of folks that have come together. It is just nothing short of lightning in a bottle, isn't it? Oof, I've got the yawns. Yeah, and speaking of self-care, tomorrow morning is my weekly standing Reiki session that I get, so I'm excited for that. Yay! Oh, hi, Vincent. I hope you're well. Yeah, it may be a few cats, maybe a couple of kittens I'm taking care of that are maybe a little under the weather that I might be getting back up to full health. Don't worry, I'll share it. You'll see pictures. Korkar, good to see you too. And a reminder that I'm celebrating my 14-year anniversary of teaching Reiki. So there is a sale in the Crystal Shop, linked in the description below, or learnreikiphiladelphia.com/shop. And the promo code to save 14% is 14 years, and that's spelled 4 years with an S on the end. Awesome. Thank you, everyone. I will be back on Wednesday at 4 p.m., Thursday at 8 a.m., Friday at 4 and 8 p.m., and Sunday at 8 p.m., the usual weekly times, unless I pop in for just like a pop-up stream somewhere. If I do, if you have notifications set to go off, you should be notified. I'll also shout it out on some of my social media as well. And those of you who have been students of mine, I have another Reiki share coming up as soon as Tuesday, I believe. So if you want to sign up for that, go ahead and reach out to me or check the latest email that went out. But you can also email me through the information in the description. But that one's just for students only. Yay! Good to see you too. Fantastic. So good to see you all. Everybody just hanging out, welcoming each other, cheering each other on. Yeah, looking like a good week. I'm going to start working on October's tarot overview this week. So those should be up before the end of the month, hopefully. I'm very grateful for all of you who gave me some positive reinforcement on those. And yes, definitely prayers for those in Puerto Rico. That looks terrible. And yes, new kitties do sound exciting. I am excited. We'll see. I have a request for a couple that spoke to me, but I know that the right kitties will come hang out in my house and have a pit stop on their way to wellness. I am very excited. It's been a while since I've been able to like volunteer in earnest, like outside of my business. So and the last thing I really did was, well, I mean, I've done like feeding people and stuff, but this is, I haven't been able to be involved in animal rescue and animal care in a long time. So I'm excited to come back to it. I've volunteered with Paws before. I actually volunteered helping someone teach Reiki inside of Paws for the volunteers, and it was a beautiful program. Ended up volunteering every week for a whole year plus afterwards, because how can you not? You're right there. But I feel like I have a perfect space for foster kitties. So it's like a good chill environment to like slowly get better. And of course I can do lots of Reiki and IET for them, because integrated energy therapy has a protocol for pets too. I think it will be good for me too. I'm excited. I hope you all are too. You'll have lots of good kitten content. Oh, and if you don't know, if you happen to be on TikTok, we are on TikTok. I haven't done much with it yet, still learning. But yeah, we are at Learn Reiki on TikTok. Since, you know, no matter how many followers you have on Instagram, nobody sees you unless you pay. And that's just not in, I'm not putting them in my advertising budget. Just no. Like I'd rather do something else, anything else, but give Meta money. Oh, hi, Messiah the Dawn. Hope you're well. Awesome. I hope everybody has a beautiful week ahead. Yep, as usual, Wednesday at 4, Thursday at 8 a.m., Friday at 4 and 8 p.m., Sunday at 8 p.m., and on Tuesday there is a Reiki share for students of mine. If you didn't get the email with the link, let me know and I will happily send that out to you so that you can join. It's my students only, just till I get used to doing breakout rooms and stuff. We just did one this afternoon and it was lovely. And of course, Vincent and Korakar were at the first one and it was really lovely to have you both there. Thank you, Jeanette. Thank you. I will absolutely let you know. I might here and there, but I do have some friends that are a little closer. But Grace Ferry is not far from me. I can do Uber with pets too. It's super close. Yep, I'm in Southwest, so it's not that far. But thank you very much. And as I tend to be given things that are meant to land for other people, I came into the possession of 3 cases of adult cat food. It's Friskies. If anyone would like it, if anyone needs it, let me know. If not, I'll put it at one of the community tables for neighbors in need. I'm sure somebody needs some good food for their kitties. I can always donate it to Paws and stuff too, but thank you, Messiah the Dawn. That's really sweet of you to say. Thank you. You're welcome here anytime. We usually start off by building up a crystal grid and then I just send Reiki to everybody. And it's a lovely group of folks. But I guess I better be getting ready to wind down the stream. I definitely have some ideas for some new ways for us to hang out and have fun on here. So if you all have any suggestions, certainly reach out. I might even put together a bit of a questionnaire just to see what all you might like. But if you have any suggestions, things I haven't thought about, let me know, because happy to host. Super happy to host. But with that, thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a beautiful week ahead of you. It was an honor and a privilege to share some healing to round out the week, and I hope to see you all again soon. As always, all of my information is in the description, and I hope you have a beautiful week. So, thank you. Don't forget to take care of yourselves, and Via Luna. Can't help with transport. If I need help with anything else, let you know. Oh, absolutely, will do. Thank you so much, and all of you take care of yourselves and have a beautiful week ahead.